Hello YouTube, here's Jimak again with another Battlefield video. But this time I have a special guest with me. I have Patrys, and we played Bad Company today, and we'd like to talk about Bad Company. So, hello Patrys, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello, Jimak, and welcome to our studio.
Yes. So we played some Bad Company too because yesterday I watched some videos of from Vietnam just because I was testing this Android app and I had all these videos lying around and I played it back and it made me so want to go back and play one of the maps, the Operation Hastings. And so we decided to jump in today. And how did that end up?
And it was a great success. We had all two of the enemies facing us, and there was like five of us, I think.
Yeah.
A great success, yeah.
And they
We
left
somehow made it,
immediately.
yeah. We made it through the first set of crates, and
It's
I think the
crazy.
second as well.
It's crazy because it's such a joyful game with all the sound and the fire, the flamethrower that's actually
And the
pretty
music,
useless, and the music. Yeah, such an
and the,
awesome game. But
uh,
on the PS3, nobody plays it. I don't know how about PC, but on the PS3, it's really broken. Vanilla
well,
gameplay though is was playable. We had like 3 or 4 games.
yeah, including one that went 12 versus 12 for the whole first set of crates, I think.
Yeah. And while I kind of enjoyed it for the most part, Patres really seemed to have enjoyed it. So tell us, why is that game bringing so much joy to you, and you're not having as much fun in Battlefield 3?
Mainly because your battery was dying for the whole time, as we can see in the background, and you were complaining about it quite loudly. But
I
then,
think I need to replace the controller because
yeah,
it only
so
manages to work for like one gaming night. So like 8 hours.
one gaming night, right? So it was an instant nostalgia attack.
Yeah.
All the good times dropping choppers using 84s.
Yeah, the
That
84 I really like. Like on in Battlefield 3, I think I don't enjoy defending as much as attacking, but definitely on Isla Inocentes, it was just as much fun trying to get those choppers down
yeah, or steal them.
or
Well,
steal
the
them. Yeah.
yeah, look at the panicked pilot parachuting down while with still his own chopper. But yeah, 84 was heaps of fun, as
Yeah.
we can see the background there. Uh,
I
Lots
keep
of great
missing this
shots
this this
landing there. Yeah,
yeah, this pilot was actually pretty good, pretty good. But the
yeah, pretty good.
snipers, I've never done any decent sniping, so I'm biased. But I kind of disliked the fact that I could be taken out across the map while trying to disarm the thing, and I couldn't even lie prone disarming the crate. So that
Yeah,
part I
it's
didn't.
not like in BF3 you get killed across the map, right?
Well, but at least that kind of gives some props to the guy who made a headshot across the map, or you were unlucky and. This is how you take down a chopper, you know? You saw
Yeah, a
the huge
stationary
move,
one.
yeah, the huge movement. I actually managed to miss like two choppers that are aligned perfectly. So I could
Um,
just choose one or another, but never mind
yeah,
that.
the skilled viewer will immediately observe that the playback in the background is slightly slowed down, so you can observe the moment of the explosion. But
The one thing
in
I
reality, yeah, it was much faster, and
the one thing
yeah.
I don't quite understand why my mind is playing tricks on me, but when we played Bad Company 2, we seem to be like discussing random things while playing the objectives and having fun. And BF3, when we start when the enemies start getting an edge, I always stop talking about anything and focus on winning so much. I don't know if it's something that changed, with me rather than being specific to a game, but I really hate losing in Battlefield 3.
Yeah, but
I,
when we played Bad Company, it was back in the days before we got paid to play, right? We were not pro gamers back then. We just played for fun.
Oh, that, yeah. No, I think it has to do with the freaking stats, cause I hate that. And then the game, or admin kicks you out, and you're like, fuck! I just played for 30 minutes, and now the game's gone.
You might be onto something because most of the time we've spent with PC2, there was no stat site at all.
Yeah. Well, I was actually checking the stats on the
Yeah,
BFB.
BFBC2.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it appeared in the later days of the game.
Maybe.
I remember us picking up the game on day one or day zero. I think both of
Um,
us had it pre-ordered.
I no, I actually didn't pre-order.
Yeah, but I
I
asked
might
you
have.
about it, and you were like, "Oh, it's tomorrow? Okay."
Yeah. So, well, that was actually that was we didn't know each other before Battlefield much, I don't think.
Yeah, and we've spent the whole time of the beta playing together.
Yeah, the beta was amazing. It's just a single map, and I've played it over and over.
Port Valdez.
Yeah, it was it
Good
was great.
times.
It was great. So the game, like when we played it today, I just realized how simple the weapon choice and the attachments are, and yet it's more you see. I
Yeah,
get I get road killed while I
but you
take
got
the
him.
chopper down. So it's all simple, but I think it's just that the maps are perfectly balanced for the number of players that are common on the console. I have to completely
Yeah,
fail
the
here.
graphics are simpler, but they are enough to immerse you in the gameplay.
Yeah, well, the explosion, I don't know if it's just we get so many explosions in Battlefield 3 that they become dull, but in here when you finally hit the chopper and it explodes, it feels you feel powerful. You just made it go boom.
Yeah, but I think you'll agree with me when I say that BC2 had awesome sound,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah. I think the
BF3
sound is
just
better.
cannot compare to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the sound is one thing where it's clearly better, especially with regard to explosions when you get
Yeah, you
pissed
get
off
ringing
at
in
yeah
your.
yeah yeah yeah
Yeah.
yeah. It's perfect. It's great. But
Also, you hear footsteps and you can shoot people by your ear
yeah,
because
yeah.
positional sound is great.
Yeah, but this is exactly the thing that I didn't quite enjoy. Like I'm trying to
Dying.
yeah, I'm trying to disarm. But you had a point about the number of the last second disarms in Bad Company 2. It just feels that it's happening more often, despite the fact that in Battlefield 3 I think they got the mechanic of being able to disarm the crate
To the
despite
very
running out
second,
of
yeah.
tickets. That's better, I think.
You can also, I think, disarm it when you run out of time, as long as you start it before the final signal.
In BF3, yeah, but in
Yeah,
in Bad Company, it just
yeah, but in Bad Company, when the sound changed, it was already too late.
yeah.
So here in the background, we can see how a skilled player shoots 84 missiles and guides them properly to the target.
Dude, I do get it. It's coming. It's coming. You know,
Yeah.
I got rusty. I actually had absolutely no idea how to shoot the weapons. I mean,
Yeah, but truth be told, last time we tried it, we did drop lots of choppers.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
this year, actually.
Yep, I think I even uploaded the video. Maybe.
Could be.
Yeah. I've uploaded so many videos. It's crazy.
Yeah, all
You
12
see, you
views,
see,
yeah.
you saw that, you saw that. It was pretty
Uh,
epic.
so I bet this one will get at least 11 views. I'll get all of my friends to watch it.
Yeah, so that's.
I can also ask my family
Yeah,
to help us.
I'll send a link to my mom.
Yeah. Hello, mom. Here's how you drop a chopper.
So I think I go like 10 to 10
You know what's
in my
fun?
candy
You
and
actually cannot tell during the game.
yeah, yeah,
It's great. It made you concentrate on having fun instead of checking like, no, my KD is it's
right.
awful. I hate it. I don't want to play. Rage quit.
Yeah. The 84 really like I need there is one thing in Battlefield 3 that is kind of similar, and that's the TV missile. Unfortunately, I really suck at the TV missile. But
Unfortunately, I'm colonel level, I don't know, 23 now, and I still don't have it unlocked
yeah, I think they will
because
get
you
they
guys steal all the choppers.
yeah, they well, I don't really get the vehicles all that much, so it's not me. It's not me who steals all the stuff.
No, it's
But
not you. It's you, boss. Sonic.
oh, this is the moment where I have like two choppers aligned and I still manage to miss it, and I missed this one as well.
This one went just between the two of us.
Yeah, sometimes
He did the
sometimes
same
just
thing he did with the missile. He tried to kill one of us, but he didn't know which one.
and I fell here too. And you can see that, the pilot kind of knows what he's doing.
And it kind of kills you. Well, only kind of.
Only kind of. So we
Look
had.
at that. This map only had two vehicles at the moment, not not counting the water ski. And look at how much impact they have on the game.
Yeah,
While in Battlefield you have 10 tank destroyers and
yeah. I think that's the reason. Like, I know that people would be complaining horribly if, like, we didn't get the AC-130, but I think it would be so much fun if we just had like jeeps and kasatkas and these kind of transport choppers. Almost nobody's using the transport choppers and the miniguns on them
that's true.
because they get taken out by the attack choppers. But if they, I don't know, it's just there's not enough infantry on the map for the vehicles to feel
Yeah, but
powerful.
there's a reason behind that. Because in Bad Company 2, Atacama Desert was the only map that made you run for miles.
Yeah.
And in BF3, you're useless as infantry in most of the maps. Uh, well,
I,
that
I,
doesn't include close quarters, but who plays that? Oh, a hit! I see you've destroyed the chopper.
you sound surprised, man. I'm the
No, no, no. You know, I was counting on it from the moment you said it was coming. So I think in Battlefield 3 they made the map so huge that you just don't go and run half of the way like you could even on Atacama Desert you could capture the maps the
Yeah.
flags by running on foot. Here it's just pointless. While Isla Inocentes is quite a large map, but you only play it in sections. I don't think it was even available in Conquest mode.
Uh, I don't know. Maybe not. Definitely for team deathmatch, but I don't know about. Yeah, I think you're right. At least at the
Yeah, not
beginning,
all maps were
yeah, yeah, they
were
they included the game modes throughout the lifetime of the game, and I don't think I recall playing Conquest in this map. But I think the fact that you need to use transport choppers to get to the MCOMs, that was such a great mechanic. Really love this map.
Yeah, but here in this game, the transport choppers are the
Powerful. Yeah,
best
yeah.
vehicles in the whole game. Well, aside from a certain team playing
And I
with
think
the Apache.
you had a shitload of points as a pilot,
Yeah,
because I remember that Giuseppe was simply just loving to fly.
I remember the three of us flying choppers when one would be repairing, one would be
Yeah,
piloting, and one
yeah,
would be gunning,
yeah.
and we would always wind up as the top three players in the
Yep,
game.
yep. It's kind of fun.
You no longer get that.
Yeah.
But it was much easier for one squad to dominate the game with smaller maps. If you could
Yeah,
coordinate attacks
at the
and
end of the lifetime that we played, I don't recall losing all that often.
oh yeah, that's true.
Maybe it's just my
Especially once
memory.
PS3 came out and everyone
Well,
moved on.
yeah. Well, I was excited to move on as well, and we had some good rounds today in BF3, but it's just something changed in me, and I really because I recall when I started playing Bad Company 2, I had a really crappy KD. I was terrible, but just playing as
It's
an
just sheer fun.
engineer, repairing stuff, and just being able to push through and arm that fucking thing was the greatest thing ever.
And fun with smoke grenades.
Oh yeah, and the C4 tossing.
Yeah. Smoke grenades are mostly useless in BS3 for me at least.
Well, we played the Atacama, and I went with because they defended really well, so I went with a smoke launcher on my assault rifle. And the thing was really humorous. It just went like poof, really like a very soft cloud of smoke appeared and then dispersed it in within seconds, and I was still exposed.
Uh,
Compared to
yeah.
the thick cloud of smoke that's in BF3, this was just. And I recall that this was actually a
It,
valid strategy. I think it was just that you couldn't be spotted through that smoke or something, because this
yeah.
clearly wasn't because I was covered in smoke, because you could see through it within seconds. That was
Well,
awesome.
with Atacama, it actually depended on the place you deployed the smoke, because the wind
Right,
would disperse
right,
it
right,
in
right.
certain spots.
All right,
So it
well,
was really hard to. Yeah,
so we kind of we kind of covered um, why we loved BC2, but it definitely wasn't a perfect game. It's just that we're kind of nostalgic about it. And unfortunately, the next game coming out is BF4 and not BC3, which saddens me because I
yeah.
really,
It's
really
not
love
like we're forced to buy it. Of course, we will,
it. Because we
probably
will,
on day
because
one.
everybody, all of our friends will be buying it, and of course we're gonna buy it as well.
But I'm not gonna get premium.
Yeah, well, I hope that that they're not going to be charging us for our gaming time with some
Yeah.
prepaid service or whatever, because I would definitely go for that. My addiction levels are too high not to.
Well, the more stats they add, the more time you will spend playing.
Mm, maybe. Well, in any case, I tried playing on the PC, and I suck terribly. I can imagine how much fun it is at like 64 players on the armored kill maps, but I really suck terribly. So I don't want to invest as much time into another platform as I did on the PS3. So I'll stick to the PlayStation, and that's why I would love them to release another Bad Company game.
Yeah, but with simplified graphics and and maps
I
actually
think they kind
designed
of
for.
nailed it. I mean, I know what you're talking about. The frame rate drops are there
Yeah,
and are sometimes really nasty when you're just disarming stuff and stuff starts exploding around you and you get like these 10 frames per second and you're in a gunfight. It's just impossible.
yeah. I mean, what I really mean is they should be designing it with consoles in mind, and
Yeah,
like they did with both pet companies,
yeah.
and then think about porting it to the PC if the game ends up as a, I don't know, huge success. Or PC players demand having it for
I
some reason.
agree. I agree, and I'm not
And
biased.
of course you're not. Yeah, but in the first place, have the maps fit 24 players and not feel like huge empty spaces designed
Yeah.
for 3 or 4 times the number of people. That's my main complaint about the Armored Kill expansion and some of the Back to Karkan maps. Well, close quarters feels great with 24 players, except I don't want to play it. It's
Well,
Call of Duty.
I hate the frantic spawns that you always have to like cover your back from every angle, and it's just I can play like two games in a row, but after
Yeah.
that I'm just like my eyes are popping out of my sockets. It's too much concentration that's required. Anyway, thanks for doing this one with me, and maybe we can do another one. Um,
Uh,
maybe not about Bad Company 2, we're just doing another one on BF3. I got some
well,
game.
judging from the progress we got so far, I think the next time we'll do it will be once BF4 comes
Yep,
out,
yep, yep.
and we'll be talking over the footage of
Yeah, and
Battlefield
we're gonna
3.
be praising BF3, how amazing it
Yeah,
was, and the BF3, BF4 is just utter garbage.
yeah. Remember in the 80s when we only had Pepsi and there was no Coca-Cola? That these were the times.
Yeah. Well, we had Kofola, but.
Oh yeah, we had Polo Cocktail Poland.
All right.
That
Well,
didn't help much. Yeah,
thanks, man, and thanks everybody for tuning in. And
yeah.
take care.
And see you guys on the battlefield.